I sure do love making beer. I tell you what, I love my job. I can't wait to get to work. It's just a never-ending adventure, just changing up hops, malts, making new things every year.
Bottom Brewery is a brewery restaurant. I want every customer that comes through this store to have an extraordinary experience. I want them to love what they drink, I want them to love what they eat, and I want them to love the atmosphere.
We do the whole brewing process here. We literally go from the raw ingredients to your glass right in this brewery. A great beer is a drinkable beer, a clean beer. Cleanliness is always the first thing I'm gonna go for. When you smell it, you taste it. The role hoses play in this brewery is huge because whether it's coming from the kettle into these fermenters to downstairs to cleaning, everything uses a hose. I wish I could show what my hands looked like when I was first going through my apprenticeship because the hoses were cheap, incredibly heavy. The wires came out, every time I twisted I was poking my hands and it starts worrying you. So kinking with hoses was a huge problem I had with the old ones. If a kink happened, all this pressure, you're stopping it. If you have a hose that is in any way compromised, I mean, you're putting my health at risk, anyone's health at risk, you're compromising everything. A good hose, I mean, makes a good brewery, it really does.
The first thing you see when you walk in the door is the hoses through the windows. It's important that the hose doesn't show abrasion, doesn't show gouging, is clean. A hose is not a hose is not a hose. There's a lot of technical expertise that goes into it.
I had no idea how much went into hoses. Making sure that the hoses were gonna be the right thing that we need and safe. Caring about our business and caring about how we use things. Rocky absolutely loves the new hoses.
The hoses are very easy to use. They're very light, they're very flexible, they're easy to store, easier on my body. If I need to pull a hose, it doesn't kink or catch on anything, it just moves right with you. You can move faster, you can get these hoses hooked up, you can get cleaning, you can get brewing. Efficiency. Another thing that's great about these hoses is they have these little indentions that go all the way through. Liquid's always going on the ground, so it allows for easier drainage, which is huge because moisture turns to mold. You can't have that in a brewery. I couldn't even actually tell you something I want to improve about the hoses. Even if I could, I don't know what would make them much better, honestly. So, without the hoses, there's no production here. I know that I'm in good hands with these hoses, with the Gates guys.